So I've written some other books about how you can go to college if you don't go to high school, about what you can do instead of going to college to still become an educated person, and what it means to be a self-directed learner. And this book pretty much takes all the previous stuff, condenses it, and adds a lot of new material that I've been researching for the past 5 years. And so some of that new material includes research on the history of parenting and the modern intensive parenting phenomenon. It's very interesting to hear the academics describe what intensive parenting, which is very related to helicopter parenting or tiger mom parenting, is like, and see its connections to school and our beliefs about education and what we think is appropriate for guiding young people towards a successful future. There's a more nuanced discussion about the pros and cons of going to college. And this has evolved so rapidly over the past 15 years. The price of going to college has exploded so much over the past 15 years. When I went to college in the year 2000, I was able to go to a really good public university, UC Berkeley, for the tuition cost of about $8,000 a year. And at that price, my parents were able to just pay for it outright. And I think of what the situation is like for young people going today. And so that's one of the arguments I make in the book is college has many positive aspects. It has many potential drawbacks. The situation to be avoided in this world is not raising a kid who decides they don't want to go to college or tries to muddle through life without a college degree. The situation to avoid is raising a kid who assumes that he or she must go to college because everyone else is doing that, and really they have no good place being in college. They're not motivated to be there. They're going for the wrong reasons. They go there, they take on a year or 2 or 3 of student loan debt, and then they drop out because they realize it's not the right place for them. And then they are 21 years old with $50,000 in debt, and that is a hard place to be in. That is the losing scenario. And so many young people who are traditionally educated end up in this scenario, dropping out at a freshman year. It's shocking and scary and a bit abhorrent.
So many.
And then one other thing that I really touch on in this book is the question of how do self-directed young people learn how to work hard? Because I think that is a big kind of existential question for a lot of parents, which is, well, maybe my kid is not working on stuff that's super relevant to them in school, but at least someone's forcing them to work hard. When I go off to my job during the day, they're going off to their job and they're learning how to work. And if I let my kid do this self-directed learning thing, that's not really work. That's like a vacation. They're just hanging out, especially when a kid is super into video games or something else that doesn't look traditionally productive. And so I tackle that one head on with research, with psychology, and by taking on the whole question of gaming. And I draw from my own personal experience as an avid video gamer and computer gamer growing up in the late 90s when the network computer games were just becoming a thing. And I talk about how motivating these games are, and they've only become better. I wish I grew up playing Portal. I wish I grew up playing Fortnite. These games are incredible. And we have to pay attention to those 2 factors of engagement and boredom. Why is it that my kid will not, will battle me and go to bed crying because of homework, but at the same time will be trying to finagle any moment they can to play Fortnite? And they love their teammates and they love the missions, and they're every time that you do something cool in one of these games, the reward is not the end of the game, which is what the reward for doing your homework is or taking a test is. The reward is you get to do another harder thing in the game. When you beat a World of Warcraft quest, you get a harder quest. We need to pay attention to this. Anything like this, and of course you can go too deep into gaming. Yes, that's a thing. But anything that is game-like in this sense, that a young person is so thoroughly engaged by, they're never bored by, they go into this state of flow in which they forget about bodily functions and they don't realize it's dinner time. That is something to be nurtured. That's how they learn to work hard.